up, everybody? Rob from Warpoint here. Today, I'm going to be adding an internal hard drive to my computer. Now, it's going to be a 3.5 inch, which is your standard hard drive for a desktop computer. So, I'll show a little bit and we'll get into it. Alright, so now you're looking at the back of the case. And what you're going to want to do is find out where your hard drive bank is or where your hard drives are stored. For me, it's right here. Now my system is pretty easy to set up. For mine, all you do to pull a hard drive bay out is just push together, pull out. Out they come. This is a pretty nice simple setup, screwless, real modular, real easy to design. Put the hard drive in, all you got to do is make sure that the hard drive faces the right way. Push it in. You want to line up the screw holes on the side of the hard drive with the little holes in here. And then once they're lined up, you just push, click, and it holds it in place. And then we're going to do it with the other side. Push, click, and it's ready to go. Slide it back in. You want to be careful with your wires. Make sure that it's slide in even, which is not. And just push it. Mine clicks in place. So the next thing that you're going to want to do is on the hard drive itself, you will notice that there is little connectors. So you're going to want to connect those. Now, this one here, the longer one, you can't see because there's wires in the way. So this one here, the longer one, that's your power. The smaller one here, that's your SATA. That's where your data gets transferred. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your SATA cable. So it looks like this. Let's see if we can get it to refocus on that. Of course not. So you'll take your SATA cable. And you're going to want to do a little bit of pre-wire management. but my case has grommets in it so that I can just slide it through the back of the case for wire management. I'm just going to slide that through here, and you're going to take the SATA, run it down through here, and you want to hook it up. And there's little cutouts on it that it'll let it only go one way. When you push it, you'll hear it click. And that means that it is fully seated and ready to go. For the next thing you do is you're going to take your power plug. Now mine has a pretty modular design that this cable has a couple different connectors on it, so if I want to add more hard drives to it, I can. And you're just going to want to, again, get that hooked up and pushed in. Now that does not click, so you just want to push firmly. And then you're going to want to, again, do a little bit of cable management. Alright, we got the case turned around. You can see here, this is where we pushed the SATA cable through. Now what you're going to want to do, look at your hard drive sheet and make sure that where you're going is correct. Because like on mine, these two here are shared ports. So if one's enabled, the other is not. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the next one up. We're just going to loop it up under here so that it's nice and tidy. We're going to look at the connector end and make sure that it's going in the right way. And then we're just going to push it and it clicks. And we'll push this here back through. Now your new hard drive is connected to your motherboard. So then what we're going to do is we're going to turn this case back around. Case is back together. We're ready to power up and format the new hard drive. Okay, so now you got your computer booted up and you're ready to initialize and format the disk. So on mine, I already initialized it just to make sure everything was good. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to come to either your start bar, or if you have the search like I do, come down here, and all you got to really do is type in disk, and then it'll come up with create and format hard drive or hard disk partitions. Click that and it brings up the disk management. Now for you, if you're just installing a disk, it'll instantly come up and it'll have a thing that says that you need to initialize the disk. And there's two different types of disks, and there's the master boot or there's the GDT, and just like GDT, that's the newer technology, it's the best one to use. So after you do that, it'll do that real quick, and then it'll come up to this screen here. Now you'll find your drive, which mine is disk 1, and you're going to want to, over here, right click, new simple volume. And what this does is this formats the disk. So click next, and assuming that you want to use the whole thing, you're not using any partitions, you're going to click next. Now you can assign the letter that you want the drive to be, and click next, and then format this volume, which is what you're going to want to do. File system, you definitely want NTFS because we're on Windows. The volume label, this is the name of your drive, so you can name it whatever you wish to name it. For me, I'm just going to do mass storage. Now, for most people, form a quick format in that there's the most common thing to do. If you want it to go through and completely check every single part of the drive, unclick that. Now I'm going to tell you that that's going to take you 2 hours, probably an hour per terabyte, just about. So for us, it'd be like 6 hours. So I'm just going to leave it on, perform a quick format. Click next, and then click finish, and it'll go through and it'll format. And boom, now you're ready to go. It's real quick, real simple, real easy. And now it'll show up here. And when you first do it, like even in this computer or my computer, the disk won't show up. You have to do this to be able to use the disk at all. But it's real simple, real easy. And there you go. Now you're ready to store stuff on your new hard drive. Alright everybody, thanks for stopping by and checking out my video. If you have any questions, you can comment down below. There's also links to my Discord and our Facebook page, and you guys can come join and ask questions, hang out, and just enjoy the community. Alright guys, thanks again, and I'll catch you at the warp point.